Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Good Shabbos. And this is our first video in 2018, 20 Chai, Chai being life, and that is our wish for you for a happy and healthy and fulfilling new year. We also just began a new book of the Torah, and that is the book of Exodus, also known as Shemot. Of course, the name Exodus tells the story of the great liberation of our people from Egypt in a very dramatic way, the going out from Egypt, which we recount at Pesach time. But very interesting is the word names, Shemot, names, because it really is all about the names. This portion, Shemot, begins with the names, those who went down to Egypt, 70 in number, and how they began to be actually quite successful and integrated into Egyptian society. But then we learn very quickly that there's a new Pharaoh who doesn't know the Jewish people, who doesn't like the Jewish people, doesn't trust them. If war should break out, they'll side with the enemy. And finally, Pharaoh's extermination edict. The real heroes of those opening verses are Shiphrah and Puah, two courageous women who do not follow the orders, who do not put every child to death. And Moses, Moshe, is one of the children who is spared. And then we get the idea of Moses being in this little teva, this little basket. I mean, that is a foreshadowing of things to come, of being, again, the Sea of Reeds, the water. And the only other time that teva is used is the reference to Noah's Ark. These are just the two occasions. In any case, water, and if there's any background noise, we're having actually, which I don't think there is, but we just had June and July with the preschool, so a lot of water activities in the social hall. But water is a source of life, it's a source of power, it's a source of redemption, and that's where Moses is placed. And his name means to draw out from the water. But more than that, he draws himself out. And that's a message that will ring true through all the centuries, that we have to be co-partners with God. That is not just we are drawn out, but we have to help ourselves be drawn out. Our portion for this Shabbat is Vayera, and it means God appears, and God appears to Moses. They have a close personal relationship, and tells him that you have to go, and you have to redeem the Jewish people. And just as I appeared to your ancestors, to Abraham and Isaac and Jacob, so this is your moment, Moses. And Moses doesn't exactly rise to the occasion at first. He's reluctant. He said, I don't know if I can do it, if Pharaoh will listen to me. He may laugh at me. You may know that Moses has a speech impediment. He's not sure that he would be taken seriously. And God says, no, Aaron will be with you, and I will be with you. And I like to think of this as the beginning of Team Moses. That basically, there isn't anything in life you can't accomplish, but sometimes you can't just do it alone. You do have to take your initiative, but you also need part of a group, of a team. So Moses has Aaron, and Moses has God, and we have our family and friends, and we have God, and there's nothing we can't accomplish. So this portion is a beautiful setting for what's happening this week and with Shabbat. So first of all, Friday night, we're going to have a service in honor of the memory of the Dr. Martin Luther King. It's a beautiful creative service. Participating will be our own Kol Emmanuel, also the family church under the direction of Pastor Ted and Pastor Dawn Winsley. Pastor Ted, who is a dear friend, is going to be speaking at services. Many are participating in the service. It's going to be a glorious musical service. You will not want to miss this. And that's our prayer portion, because on Monday we have our action deed portion, the beginning of Community Mitzvah Day. And just as the service really is for families and for kids, so Community Mitzvah Day is really a family event. We want our children to see you side by side performing mitzvot in the spirit of Dr. King. The kickoff ceremony is right here on this bima at 9 a.m., a brief ceremony, and then we go to perform mitzvot. It's an effort of the entire community. So there will be activities in every synagogue, every organization. And it's a way of really making what we believe come alive and really doing what we say. So stand with us, stand up with us. Let us be like Puah and Shiphrah, who always strive to do the right thing, righteousness. And we wish you a Shabbat, Shalom, and all good blessings, and see you this weekend. Shabbat Shalom.